currently Christmas Eve. So it's about to be like midnight to Christmas Eve. Oh, Lord. Don't really remember what I did last. Because I stopped playing at 6 this morning. And yeah. But you know. And the rule is really simple, you know. Leave. Because I know it's supposed to turn winter soon, that's why I last remembered. Leave and to the first island to go get more money. Come back. To the main island and keep going. Alright, definitely enough. I don't think I just real. I don't know what I did last anyways, but a minute. Who else tonight? Because I'm not really sure what I did last. Like, is the port still up? No, it's not. Well, I don't think it is. I might be to beat it. Cause I just have one more portal to destroy or not. I guess I don't. Yeah. I destroyed it. That's fine. Oh, then I technically beat the game. All I had to do is just go in it and destroy it, and then that's it. Okay. So I was like right there. I just didn't realize it. Trying to repair it, so but it takes like three nights, so it's gotta be kind of swift about that, to be honest, actually. Then I will go and build the device. and then upgrade everything else, cause yeah, technically I beat it. I was just too tired to keep going last night or this morning. But yeah, most of the time I'm destroying this sucker. Just to go ahead and get out the way. I get my final 2 cents of the game and finally installed too, which I'm very thrilled about. Like, it's fun. To say it's not fun is it's an understatement. But the problem is that it's just plagued with so many mechanical problems that it makes it less fun. Like the fact that pikeman spears break after so many uses, it makes sense, but the ninjas were just, you know, being like able to take on big beasts without any issues. You know, there's a problem with that. You know, the slow spawn rate definitely is a problem. Winter being boring like it is definitely a problem. Oh my gosh, winter's so boring. This is the only game where winter is like so terrible that you're better off going out to exercise or doing chores around the house than to sit here and like try to survive winter. But yeah, I think this thing repairs in another day. We don't want that. I want it gone. My buddy. I want it gone. I don't want it to be here. And then when it comes to, and I'll give like a honest 2 cents. Like I went and updated the review on Steam, and it's a pretty lengthy review, like almost 500-600 words. But a video review will do it much more of a justice. Yeah. Where's the flippin' device carrying crew? There they are. I'm like, I know they move slow, don't move that slow. I mean, might as well upgrade everything since it's the last playthrough of the game. Why are these suckers so slow? Now to go through my least favorite part of the game, which is destroying the whole portal from the inside out. I really don't care for it. It's too slow. The music is terrible. Yeah, it's definitely my least favorite portion of the game. Alright, let's do this. I'm trying to see if there's actually 5 of these, just 4. It's 5. That makes sense because it's like, you know, level 5 is still. Alright, final 2 cents. The final review. This game, after playing all the base game, the DLC, and a nerd DLC, my rating went from 7 out of 10 to 5 out of 10. Here's why. Let's start with the most commonly, argued is the seasons. Okay, winter. Never said. You have spring, summer, fall, and winter. And in retrospect, I'm not going to look at the critics. Okay, I don't want to look at the critics every single time I beat the game. In retrospect, winter is kind of, they could have taken the chapter out of Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley does a good job with winter. It's there. It does hold some of the features of the game, but the general gameplay, it has nothing to do with. It leaves it alone. And they could have done the same thing here, but no. Winter, there's not much room for you to do anything. If the game mechanics was a little bit more complicated, then yes, having that break in winter would make sense, but it doesn't. when the game mechanics are not very complicated. Having limited resources would have been cool if it gave you a reason for it to be cool. But having 16 days is just winter, you should be short to just 5. Because if you're playing this game without mods, it's a nightmare. Okay, cursed Kingdom 2 Crowns is a nightmare because there's just no way to have fun or try to survive without mods. You know. And a lot of mods I have in the game are quality of life mods. These are not mods that actually change the core gameplay of the game. Okay, a bigger pouch. You know, you could have just threw in there like an upgrade. You could spend on coins after traversing to different islands, or just get like a little ruby and buy an upgrade. Okay, it's quality of life. The flipping more bigger spawn, because a lot of times you get in the middle of something, middle winter, or not even middle winter, but the beginning of winter, and there's no people to hire, and then your resources slowly trickle down to a point of no return. Then you just kind of like stuck. You know, you don't have enough coin. You don't have enough beggars to pay with the coin, and it just leads to a nightmare. You know. 2, I don't think pikemen should be that weak. Actually, when I played through the Shogun, I made a mention of this in the Steam review. But when I played through the Shogun, the ninjas are by far the most broken out of all the units. They're tanky as hell, they're lethal as hell, and the fact that they outdo all the other units in the game because of favoritism or nepotism, however you want to use it, is beyond me. You can't make one unit more powerful than the others. That just makes the game imbalanced. At that point, there is no point or purpose to play all the other DLCs, because you could just play Shogun on Cursed with the basic game without having installing the mods and stuff, and have a grand old time, because the ninjas practically warp everything that exists. You got Big Dude, no problem. Hire a bunch of ninjas. You got a swarm of little green minions going after your stuff. Hire ninjas. You got a problem and need fixing. Hire ninjas. And guess what? You get your people back. They take so much DP, so much damage from other enemies that they don't get smoked in one hit, but every other unit gets smoked in one hit, and that part of the game doesn't make sense. You can't have a powerful unit that's tanky at that, and then everybody else is just weak. It's silly. Um, so much could be done. So much more could be done. There's not. Well, let me make sure there's not an island. Yeah. Once you beat the game, there's not a drive to continue moving forward, persevere. Like when you play Terraria, there's room, there's mods, there's creativity, and the creativity doesn't stem solely from the developers. It stems from the player base as well. Like once you beat, like for example, once you beat, you know, KingdomTwoCrowns, there's nothing else to do. You want to make it harder, you can't make it harder, because there are mods to make it harder, but because the developers are so iffy with how they want people to touch their game, they make it harder to mod. And when you do get the mod to work, sometimes the mods don't work because of the constant updates. And the updates are not for the game's improvement, no. Because if that was the case, they wouldn't have said like 7 years ago that, oh, we'll do something for more to make it less boring. This is a 7-year-old post on Reddit. Okay, they haven't came back with anything that will make winter more less boring. And that's what makes Kingdom 2 Crowns so flippin' fragile. There's like, if you make any change, the slightest change in temperature, it just makes the game unbalanced. and that's problematic. If you take, and what I mean by unbalanced, if you take winter out of the conclusion, like the entirety of the game, just straight out, and just have longer seasons of, summer, spring, and fall, you can beat the game quite literally because of that one change. Because you don't have to wait 16 days or an hour, or even have to worry about not having farms or putting your coins up for the winter. No, no, no. You can just straight bully the game from the jump street, from out of the box, from the factory. You can do the same if you had longer winters. Like take flipping not winter, take spring out and just have summer, fall, and winter. It will imbalance the game and make it harder unnecessarily unless there's more to do. And if you could mod this game easier and let the players mod the game how they want to mod it, then yeah, it wouldn't be that bad. Because somebody would have added like a little fun mini game for the winter. Like somebody created a mod for a casino. The casino mod unfortunately did not work, but it would have been funny because it gave you like there was a chance that you would have earned 400 coins. Let's see. I want to just go ahead and get the old dude the hearing aid real quick. I don't want him. I don't need him. That's not the point. The point is to unlock everything. We'll go back to the older islands and see. Well, let's get 4 just in case. Alright. Unlock everything. Oh, I don't have to go that far. I have to go humongously far, but I do not. I just want to see what happens to get to an island with the boat, since I got all the lighthouses intact. Not two. I'm just gonna list on what I can think of. There's a lot of reskinning, and I just don't understand why. Why so much reskin? What is the point? Why are you reskinning to crap out of this game? Oh, that's kind of cool. See, all I want to do is just like unlock this stuff. Oh, I gotta equip in. That's cursed. Alright, go to the broke person again. Get the rubies. Purchase that. I don't even want the mount, I just want to unlock it. I don't even need my entourage, just bring them with. unlock that. Which one? Right now. But it's just the reskin. It's just so much. Like, and then one of the biggest issues with it, the game doesn't really explain to you what this does, what that does, and that's problematic because it's reskinning. Okay, you got the same units that do the same principles, but because of the reskin, you're thinking they're doing something different. Like the main character used to keep teleporting left and right, not even teleporting, just flying left and right, just to get from point A to point B. You know, I don't want to have to. Let's go without that barrage. I don't want to have to like figure out and test and experiment, especially after playing the second game, the second DLC, and the third DLC. Well, let me press that. This is the second DLC. So you have the base game Kingdom 2 Crowns, and then you have I don't know how you get the dog. You have the second game Kingdom 2 Crowns. No, sorry, you have Kingdom 2 Crowns. Yeah, Kingdom 2 Crowns. You have can I do anything with this? Okay. You know, you have Kingdom 2 Crowns, you have Kingdom 2 Crowns Shogun, then you have Dreamland Kingdom 2 Crowns, which is what this is. Kingdom 2 Crowns is the base game, Shogun is the DLC of the base game, and then Dreamland is the DLC of the base game. Same game, nothing changes, the concepts are the same. You fight, you explore, you conquer, and you rid the greed from the land. I found out what the device does from going on the internet and looking up what does this do, how do you destroy the portals. The game could have explained that to me, or gave a hint. You know, something that doesn't involve me going on the internet and just being like, oh, this is what that does. Because then it takes the charm away. And it goes from your own personal experience to experience that you happen to learn from someone else's experience. That's the frowned upon thing about, you know, look into what other people experience. Because then the experience is not your own. So, it seems apparent that the Olympic DLC is no better. I'm not gonna play it. I only played the free ones. I was hoping they were gonna change of practice from the developers, but that seems to be unknown. Yeah, that seems to be unknown playing, which is unfortunate. Yeah, it doesn't have to be this way. I'm not upgrading everything. I'm looking for the dog. I'm trying to figure out how I got him last time. I don't want to look that up, you know. Especially having beaten the game and everything. Like, I don't want to look that up. I better just figure it out on my own while I upgrade everything as I go. No. And also, I feel like the upgrades could be more lethal than what they are. It's just the kind of game that keeps you in the Stone Ages. Like, oh, your stuff, you upgrade everything, it makes you kind of lethal, but not so lethal where the computer doesn't have a chance to purge something. Yeah, I find that silly. It's like that one mod that somebody created for Terraria, and that was the weapon infusion mod, and it's broken because if you take the time and the liberty to constantly go and upgrade that same sword over and over and over again, and it goes from level 1 to level 2s until like whatever level you get, either like level 40 on top of 40, whatever, it's gonna be fun beating every flipping boss that you can think of with that copper sword because you work towards it. You spent time And there's a lot of time. I don't care if you have a cheat sheet on, you gonna be there for a minute trying to get that sucker to where you want it to be, because that is not no cheap upgrade. That is no way to bump. There's no way to bump rush through that. Okay, you have to stack levels on top of levels until you get what you need to get. I honestly don't know how you get the dog. I have to remember I got him by accident. And that's probably from just upgrading everything. Also, I feel like you should just have to only hold down your keys like one time, and then you can just determine how often you want. There's like a better way to do this with purchasing. There was a mod for that too, but that mod does not work. The instant purchase mod does not work. I don't know how the bottom king got to where he needed to be. Oh, it's wintertime now. I did what I did. I did what I saw I have to do. Beat the game before winter struck. You know, I would have liked to, find the dog to unlock everything, but I'm not gonna really. I think you have to probably cut down every single tree, and I just don't have the patience for it. Also the stupid environment has to be the cave first before you can actually access the area. I think that's silly. I think that's so silly. Going to where it all started, which is Island 1. Okay, there's secrets in Island 1 I need to get to, and I can get to, but back to where it all began. But then I have I didn't mean to do that. Wow, that's all the rubies. I didn't get them all. Maybe we can finally kill that boar. Oh my gosh. Fucking boar is so stupid. I lost all my money. That's also something that's a sin. And you know what? Behind that interaction and just not gonna rate down to 3 out of 10, it's just because there's no way to defend yourself on the board. Then once you just like lose the board interest, that's it. That's a bull. And you know what's wild? The ninjas would have handled that sucker too. They would just got rid of him quickly. So yeah, a 3 out of 10 is just honest rating. You know, it just has too many problematic mechanics that this doesn't really. It's not worth the snowball effect. You know, especially like how one mistake can be your last. You can't undo the mistake. It is basically you have to be concerned of everything you do. And that doesn't make sense for strategy game and kingdom game where you can't undo your mistake. You built this wall at the wrong time, now you can't cancel it. It's just down. And then all your soldiers move in that direction. Like your archers when they're about to be postponing a new key, yeah, you can't stop them from getting that key. You know. What was this about? I don't want this thing so slow. Ew. The unicorn makes sense, but that doesn't. Anyway. You know. It's just like the developers could have done a much better job. You know. There's no way I skipped that flipping archer thing. Where is it? Which is another big problem. Once, you know, some things that's supposed to be on the island, you can't find it. And there's no map that tells you, like, oh, you need to look here, you need to look there, you know. There's no charter map. I think that would have been nice to have. And there's a mod for that. It displays everything. But guess what? You can't get it. It works somewhat, I guess, but I don't know. And then too, the biggest gripe is like you have to play through all the islands first to get all the rubies just to go back and get pointless perks. Because even though every blood moon is the same, every time you destroy the portal, you get more enemies. It defeats the purpose because there's like only like one portal. There's 2 portals on the first island. You have the main portal and the portal by the pier. That's it. Meanwhile, in the higher portals, you have like 2 portals on each side. Then you have the main portal and the portal by the pier. So once you go through all the islands first, and destroy all the portals, there's no point in even going back to get all the perks when you can't use them. There's nowhere to go after this point. So, a 3 out of 10, that's what this game deserves. I would never recommend it to anybody. Even though I played like probably almost 50 hours in it now, let's see how much for this. I put, doesn't tell you. I probably put like 50 hours in this game. Just hoping that it would be something different. But in actuality, it's just disappointment because the developers don't want to let the game go. So I would never recommend this game to people and be like, don't play it. It's just frustration waiting to happen. You know, it's plagued by developer decision. It doesn't explain to you what this does. Just because you get a device icon on the screen doesn't necessarily tell you what to do with it. You know, just because you get this person doesn't mean it tells you what to do with it or doesn't even benefit you to begin with. Yes, the bakery does bring in beggars in, but they come in as beggars. So you spend 5 coins, or 4 coins, right, whichever way you want to go, on this bakery machine, which is basically a house, and then you use that extra coin to pick up a beggar. Just 5 coins. There's no point in that. It should be a discount. It should be just 3 coins for the actual bakery, because you got to pick up the person. That's 1 coin. Then you got to do 4 to 5 coins on the bakery itself, and then another coin on the beggar that's come in. That's 6 coins. 6 coins in base game format that you can use. This becomes very important later in the late game, especially during winter. But this, that should be a discount. You should only have to use 3 or 2 coins because you pick up the person that's 4, and then the 5th coin comes with the burger coming in. It should be just free at that point. Like, and there's no way to put down the flipping people here. Like, I can spam W all I want and nothing's gonna change because flipping homeboys right here, you know, yeah, nothing's gonna change. I can't hold down the W, I can hold down the up key. The up key just uses the perk, G uses the special ability of the king, but that's it. Like, there's no specific button to drop the person that's riding with you. You know, it's a stupid mechanic. You know, so I'm just gonna just depot all my coins here. You know, it should be just like instead of dropping it to the dudes, you should just give people the ability to just depot coins yourself without having to go to this dude. Because anytime you get closer to the door, he'll give you coins back, and I'm like, I don't want my coins, give it back to me. And the developers is like, oh, you get like a bonus. I don't want the bonus because by the time it gets to winter, I'll beat the game. I would have completed the game at that point. I don't want to keep playing a game that's just dead. Anyway, I was gonna try to see if I can reach to the very top. I want to see some of the achievements here. Some are rare still, which goes to show how poor the game is. It doesn't really tell you how to recruit the cat. If that's even possible. That might be on the other. How you defeat the greed on the 6th island? That was just 5. It's on curse too. Hold on. I don't think there's 6. Even if there was, I can't see myself doing it. It's winter. I don't want to keep playing more than I have to. I don't think there's 6 islands though. That might be the Call Olympics DLC. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's for something else. What you go back to 1? Oh, you can't go back to 1 once you sell for 1, which is stupid. Goes back to 2. Alright, calling it 3 out of 10. It's playable to many developer problems. It could be better if they just let the game go and let the community have a go at it, but no. 3 out of 10. That's all it's gonna get. Also, Happy New Year. Again, these videos come out way in the future. But Happy New Year, God bless, and Merry Christmas.